to your family. That's pretty awesome stuff, man. Congrats. Let's see, who am I missing here? Robert, good to see you. Cecile. And then we have another Robert in the bottom corner, Robert iPhone. So whoever you are, thank you for being on. All right. So you guys were honored to have Mr. Gregory Pitts on this morning. He's going to talk to us about referrals. You guys know the typical protocol. Those of you guys that are on, I'll cover a couple things, and then with a limited number of people we'll have, and I'll just do the top 10 for our other numbers and stuff. We'll do that afterwards if you guys want to stay on. So Pitts, you're going to be up on cue here in just a moment. I'm going to cover a couple really quick things, and then we'll go from there. Good morning, Amy. I think you're the only one I didn't say good morning to, so I apologize. I can't see you, but I'm sure you're making some type of hand gesture at me. All right. Family business. Again, I know we talk about this every week. You guys can write family. We want you to write your family if it's necessary. You want to make sure that they're protected, but just make sure we know it first. We check our business every day. It's one of the first things I do 7 days a week when I get out of bed. First thing I do is go and look at the reports and make sure that everything that was reported is coming through, etc. It helps you guys from the standpoint of not having roll-up debt. And the second thing it does, if you guys do decide to partner with another IMO or whatever the case is, that your family business isn't the first to go. So just keep that in mind. You can write family business, but let us know ahead of time and just know that business will be as earned. We'll continue to post this daily on our band line. Final expense meeting. You guys everybody's gotten really good about this at this point. 8 to 8:30 Central Time, Monday through Friday. Ben Bowman does the trainings, probably 99% of them. I think they're very good. Been in the industry for a long time, but I think Ben's trainings are very good. And you take out of it what you want, add it to your quiver, if you will, when you're out there in the field to make things a little bit easier for you and better for your clients. Holden Hassel, he's here. Most of you guys have probably had an opportunity to speak to him at least about Medicare. If you're new and you're not getting on these meetings on Monday, you're really missing out. He does a fantastic job of answering any questions that you have, just about anything in general, but specifically at this point in time, he asks about, or just goes over stuff about over final expense. Hold on, we got a couple people that are trying to get in, you guys, so give me just a second here. All right. Okay, so then we have Medicare. Holden again on Wednesdays does a Medicare only training, so you can get on, ask any questions you want. He goes over Sunfire, how to position things, who to call when you need help. He just does an amazing job and does it all for free. Doesn't complain about it, just knocks it out. That's Wednesday. Then of course we have our meeting on Fridays to get together as a team. We'll have different carrier reps on, different experts in different fields or different areas, if you will. And Gregory does a fantastic job with referrals. I've heard his referral training a couple of times, but every time it gets better. And I always pick up something, even as long in the tooth as I am with this industry. Gregory always does a good job with that. So before we go into numbers, Gregory's going to take about 10 to 15 minutes, talk about his referral program, what he does to build his business, and we'll go from there. So Gregory, will you need the screen?
Yes, please, if you don't mind.
Nope, I don't, not at all. So let me, I think is that Greg? I think you're the only Greg on here. So I just made you the host.
Okay. Well, good morning, everybody. Give me 1 second here. Just share my screen. Hope everybody's having a good week. And if we have any of our brothers and sisters down in Florida, all of our thoughts and prayers and positive energy has been sent to you. If you have family members down there, that's for them as well. I have a couple of friends down there, and I've been checking on them, and everybody's seemed to be pretty good so far. So that's a good sign. We thank God for that all the time. So can you guys see my screen?
Yeah, you got a white screen right now.
All right, great. So thank you again, Corey, for this time to talk about referrals. One of the great things about this business is being able to go out and meet people and sit down with them and help them, provide protection for them and their families. One of the struggles is, and Ben, I'm in great training today. That training really helped me about people saying, when they already have life insurance or whatever reason that they give us not to get coverage from us. So, whether you're buying leads or getting free leads or whatever, you want to maximize your time when you go and you see people. One of the ways that has been very effective for me is getting referrals. Turn one appointment into 5 or 6 or 7 or more opportunities to talk to people. And how do we do that? This right here is great. So I've been on here. I've been hanging with Corey for about 2.5 years now, and I've heard several different referral trainings. I was also myself honored to be able to give some. And this is my version, or this is my take on it. So if you can see the screen on here, these are the notes, and I'm just going to go through the notes here, and we can discuss if anyone has any questions. So first of all, asking for referrals is as simple as just saying, "Hey, Mr. Corey, I need your help. Can you help me?" And then you wait for an answer. I need the names of 3 to 5 people that you know that I can show them what I do. Who comes to mind first? Now, when you're doing that, when you say who comes to mind first, you have a piece of paper in front of you and a pen. You're not looking at them. When you say who comes to mind first, your head is down, ready to write. You're expecting them to tell you something. And when they give you a name, who else? Anyone else? Who else? And you continue to say that until they stop. So when you look up, you may have 4 or 5 names right there. And then what I do after that, I go back and ask for the phone numbers or the contact information. I don't say, okay, well, Corey, who's first? He gives me his brother. Oh, your brother's name is Jim. What's his phone number? Oh, your sister's name is Kathy. What's her phone number? No. Give me Jim, give me Kathy, give me Ben, give me Fred, give me Owen, give me whoever. And then after they have exhausted that, then now you have those names. Now I got to have a way to contact them. So now I want the phone numbers for them. So that's a strategy that I use to get the most that I can from them. And then the next question that we may have is, well, when do you ask for referrals? For me, I like to ask them after I close them, right before I start doing the application. And why do I do that? Because while I'm doing that application, a lot of times there's a little dead silence in there. And I want to be giving them something to do while I'm having something to do. So Mr. Corey, we have 3 great plans here for you. We have this one right here for it's $30,000. It's only $67 a month. We have the $20,000 plan. It's only $55 a month. And we have the $15,000 plan. It's $43 a month. Which one works best for you? Corey gives me an answer. Okay, great. Now, while I'm getting ready to do this application, I'm going to ask him, hey, Corey, I want to tell you something. I'm your agent. I'm looking him eye to eye. I'm your agent. If you need anything or have any questions about your policy, about the coverages, about anything, please do not hesitate to call me. In fact, and I tell this to people, in fact, if you have questions about auto insurance, and I do not even sell auto insurance, guys. You have any questions about auto insurance or any other kind of insurance, you call me. Why do I do that? Because I want them to know that I'm their guy for insurance. Now, I may have to call somebody else. I may have to refer somebody, but I want all insurance questions coming to me. So now, do not hesitate to give me a call. Now, Mr. Corey, do me a favor. Take your phone out. Takes his phone out. Put my name in your phone. Gregory, the insurance guy. That insurance guy, Gregory. FES, Gregory, whatever helps them to remember. And then I say, now, while you got your phone open, can you help me out? Put my information, while I'm doing this information on the application, I want you to just scroll through your phone and give me the names and numbers of the next 5 people in your phone. I don't care who they are, right? So this is if we did close the sale. Now what happens, how do you ask for referrals? If you didn't sell. So Mr. Corey, I know we weren't able to help you today, but do you see the value in what I did and how this may be able to help other individuals and families that you may know? And then I wait for an answer. And after he says yes, of course he's going to say he sees the value in it, whether he can't afford it, whether he already has some, whether he just doesn't want any, whatever it is. Okay, then I go back to, I need your help, and I go back up to this top part up here. Okay, I know I'm going through this kind of fast. We only got about 10 to 15 minutes, but if anyone has any questions or comments, say, hey, dude, or whatever. And now, the next part is beneficiary referrals. There is a whole training on this. What are beneficiary referrals? Remember, everybody that you write a policy for, you're going to ask them for a beneficiary. And I have a little quick thing that I did right here. I'll go through this really fast. Beneficiary is probably the best referral because every life insurance policy requires what? At least one beneficiary referral. Mr. Owens, who would you like to be your beneficiary? It's as simple. You got to ask that question, right? Now, here's how you get your beneficiary referrals that are high quality. Because you and your spouse live in the same house, the likelihood of something unexpected happening to both of you is very high. Therefore, I need the names of 2 beneficiaries that do not live with you. Many times we may just get one. Sometimes if they have kids, if they have 3 or 4 kids, we'll get. Somebody have a question?
I think Sharon told me about the one that.
Brian Smagala, please mute your phone.
So, because you and your spouse live in the same house, likelihood of something unexpected happening to both of you is very high. Therefore, I need the names of 2 beneficiaries that do not live with you. And like I said, most times we may only get one. Sometimes we can get 2 or 3, especially if they have children. They want to split it up between all the kids, But this is a way that you can always, get 2 beneficiaries. I don't care if they're one of them is the primary, one is the contingent, 2 primary splitting it doesn't matter. You just want to get the beneficiaries, right? Now, Mr. Owens, the reason that this is important is in the event something happens to you, only the beneficiaries can contact the insurance company to get information on the policy and make a claim. Boom. Then ask your client to let the beneficiary know that you'll be contacting them within the next 24 hours. So now we get that information, then we contact their beneficiaries. If they answer, it's good evening, Mr. and Mrs. Owens. My name is Gregory. I'm with Final Expense Services. Your son, Bruce, this is you as a beneficiary on his life insurance policy. Now, as a courtesy, I'd like to schedule a meeting to discuss your rights and responsibilities as a beneficiary. What's a good time to meet? Do you think you're going to get that meeting? Of course you are. Now, if they don't answer, leaving a message. Sometimes when we call to set appointments, we don't leave a message. But on a beneficiary referral, I do leave a message. Good evening, Mr. and Mrs. Owens. This is Gregory with Final Expense Services. Your son, Bruce, listed you as a beneficiary on his life policy. I need to speak with you as soon as possible. Of course, they don't know why they're going to call you, or they're trying to figure out what happened, kind of like what Ben was saying earlier today, being a little vague, but it's still important, and nothing that you have said is untrue, right? So now, when we have our rights and responsibilities meeting, we go in, introduce ourselves, we build rapport like we always do, hand them a business card if we do, talk about the insurance company who we wrote with, Royal Neighbors, United Health, Trinity, whoever. We want to talk about that company because that's who we're representing at this time when we're doing this referral. This rights and responsibilities meeting. Some info on the insurance policy, like the living benefits, whether it's whole or term, things of that nature. Any other benefits that you think they might be essential for them to know. And this is very important. If they ask about the amount of insurance, always refer them to the client. Talk to them about that and they'll explain those things. Because if you say, oh, well, we got 20, well, why'd they get that much? That's not what I'm here for. I'm here to talk about rights and responsibilities, not why they got this or why they didn't. So, talk to your dad, talk to your son, talk to your brother, and they can explain all of that part to you. Okay, great. Now, the rights part, you do have the right as the beneficiary to contact the insurance company if the client becomes sick, injured, or dies. You have that right. If you're not the beneficiary, whether you're the son, the spouse, whatever, and you contact the insurance company when that client dies, they don't have to speak to you. In fact, they probably won't, because they're going to say, are you the beneficiary? No. Okay. Well, we need to speak with the beneficiary. Okay. Responsibility. Did you have contact the insurance company if the client dies? Provide the supporting documents for the claims, the death certificate, taking care of the final arrangements, getting in touch with the funeral directors and all of that, making, okay, this amount is going to the funeral director, this amount is coming back to us, those things like that. Now, once we do this, once we go through these rights and responsibilities, then we kind of transition to, well, hey, I did this for them. And since I'm here, I need to, as a courtesy, I need to make sure that you have the proper coverages that you need. And then we go right into a presentation from there. So they've already seen that you cared about their family member, you're taking care of them, all this seems pretty good. Now it's an easy transition from this talking about rights and responsibilities into going into a presentation or making an appointment to come back for another presentation. All right, almost finished, Corey. And sometimes people say, I don't know anybody. I can't think of anybody. Then we have some memory joggers. One thing I do when I first go into a house, the first thing I'm looking for is who can I make a referral when I walk into this house. I've already got the appointment with Mr. and Mrs. Corey Williams, but who can else? I'm looking on the wall. Oh, who are those children up there? These are your children? Oh yeah, these are my kids, or these are my nieces and nephews. Okay, so there's some people that I can talk about. If I see anything military, I'm former Navy. Anything military, who was serving our country? Who's currently serving? Who used to serve our country? Oh, my brother. Da 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 da. That's the person right there. If I see any music, a piano or a drum or a drumstick, who is the musician in the family? All of those things I'm taking notes of because those are potential referrals, right? So when you talk to people and they say that they don't have anybody, can't think of anybody, some memory joggers, how many siblings or children do you have? You know, for children, what are their ages? If it's a younger couple, then probably won't be a referral. But if they're an older couple, they're 56 like me, my son's 33, boom, that's a referral right there. What are their names? You know, you came in, the lawn looked great, or, you know, you something like that, or you just saw they brought a new car. You can see the tag on the car, you can see that it's a new sticker on. Hey, you just got, who'd you get your car from? Boom, your lawn looks great. Who does your lawn? Corey, you're in, what are you training? Lacrosse, rugby, one of those? Which one of those, Corey?
Lacrosse.
Lacrosse. Who else is on your team? Or you're the coach of the team. How many players on your team, or how many kids are on your team? What type of league is it? Da 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 da. Potential clients to talk about, right? Tim Dog, I see you play golf. What's the name of your golf buddies? Boom. And then these are some people still give you a little rebuttal on that. Corey, if you and I walking on the street and one of your friends approached us, would you introduce me to him? Wait for an answer. Absolutely. That's all I'm asking is for an introduction. And then, hey, the holiday's coming up. What next holiday's coming up? We just got out of Labor Day. Thanksgiving is, well, Halloween's coming up. For those who celebrate that, Halloween's coming up. Hey, if you guys are about to do a Halloween party or a party for the kids or something like that, who would you invite to the party? Who would you invite to the cookout? Who are you inviting for Thanksgiving dinner? Boom. Those, anybody you're inviting over, those are pretty important people, right? So those are people that may need the coverage that we have. So that's my time. I know I went through a little quick. If anybody is interested in this, I can send this to Corey and he can, you know, send it out to anybody. I got this one and the beneficiary referral
Yes,
training. So
Yeah,
okay,
Gregory,
yeah.
email it to
No
me and I'll
problem.
get back to everybody. Absolutely, always a great job. Gregory, if you'll make me the host again, I want to
Yes,
show
sir.
you guys a couple of illustrations that we have that you guys can find very easily. Once Gregory gives me back the hosting, I'll show